now we have a lovely lady who is one of the people that helped organize this expo. Her name is Jennifer Passavant. She is an intuitive spiritual life coach, energy healing practitioner, and channeler of divine beings. She assists clients in a deeply impactful way by not only helping them obtain a higher perspective of their personal challenges to better understand what karmic lesson or healing can be gleaned from the various life challenges, but also through energetically clearing blocks and healing the chakras, emotional body, and auric field. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on Jennifer. Hello, Jennifer. Welcome to the Higher Self Expo.
This is exciting. Thank you so much for being the MC. We appreciate it.
Thanks for help organizing this. This is amazing. We wouldn't be here if you weren't here with me.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Well, hi. Oh, I just cut the top of my head off. Okay. So I thought I'd start out with a guided meditation, and I'm looking at myself, and it's super weird, and I'm nervous. So just bear with me, okay? But I thought I'd start out with a meditation where we could kind of get into our heart centers a bit and just relax and come from a place of love. I thought that would be a really nice way to start and kind of become the pillars of light that we can go forth and radiate our light to the world. So if we could all just, hi, Kevin. If we could all just relax for just a minute and take a deep breath. Just let all that stress go. And this is also for my benefit, I'm not going to lie. And I want you to visualize the brightest light you could think of, the brightest light you can imagine. You can either see it above your head at your soul star chakra, or you could visualize it at the center of the galaxy. You could visualize it out in the universe, but whatever would visualize the highest level of holy, healing, divine light of source, God, spirit, logos, pick your term, doesn't matter. But you want to connect with that light. And so I want you to visualize that light. And on your inhale, I want you to draw that light into your heart. And then on your exhale, push it down into the earth and anchor it into the core of Mother Earth. Okay? So visualize that light either above your head or out in the ethers. And on your inhale, draw it down in and around you into your heart. And then on your exhale, push it down into the core of Mother Earth. And again, on your inhale, draw it in. And if you can hold it there and see it spin and get really bright, and then push it down into the core of Mother Earth. And this is what I refer to as flushing the proverbial toilet. And I say this because when we draw in this divine energy, it helps us to flush out any negative or lower energies that we might see or feel or experience in our systems. And then it kind of grounds it down into Mother Earth. So Mother Earth kind of transmutes this energy for us. It also helps us to just get connected to source, but also grounded. So we're not too far up in the ethers, but we're also not too in the world. We're more of the world, if you understand that in the world, be in the world, but not of it. So without further ado, we're going to do a few more breaths, but then I want to give the message that I was guided to give you today. So just a couple more breaths. I don't know about you, but that was a big one. If you need to put your hand on your heart to really connect with your heart space, do so. And now I feel like we should, on the next inhale, I feel like we need to expand that energy. So let's just expand that love and light out. So on your inhale, draw it in and then hold it. And on your exhale, like you're blowing up a balloon. Inhale. Exhale. Blowing up a balloon. And you should kind of feel this energy of love and light just kind of pushing out. And you can see it go as far as you want. It can be kind of a protective bubble. It can go out and where you're just giving your love to the whole universe, whatever you want to do. So that's a nice little tool that you can use on a daily basis. Sorry, they scrunch my eyes when they send energy through. So the message that they wanted to give, well, they had a couple messages. And the first one was that this is a time where a lot of people can be experiencing a lot of fear, which is completely understandable. But this is an opportunity to face that fear. So whether you are experiencing financial fears, fears of maybe getting ill, fears of change, fear of the future, just, you name it. There are so many fears that people could be experiencing right now, but it really allows us a chance to face those fears and look at what wounds those fears are coming from. Do we have a wound of lack? Do we have a wound of not having our needs met? Do we have a wound that is a wound of victimization, where I'm always the victim, all these bad things are always happening to me? What's coming up for you? So look at that. What is coming up for you? And this is an opportunity to really look at it and face it, find the root cause of it. Because when you can find the root cause of it, that's when you can kind of pick it up and go, ugh, you know what I mean? Proverbially speaking, of course, and one of the things that I've noticed for me is it's a great opportunity to look at whether or not I'm really placing a lot of faith and trust in my divine aspects and the divine source. So how much am I trusting that everything is going to unfold in a way that is for my highest and best good and the highest and best good of all? Because when you operate from that space of trust, you don't have that. You're not operating from that sense of fear. You trust that the money is going to come when you need it. You trust that, housing will be taken care of. You trust that all of your needs are going to be met no matter what. And so are you coming from that space? Are you coming from that space of what if I get ill? Well, you're asking to get ill if you come from that space, because you're not trusting that you won't. You're lowering your immune system because your energy is in a state of fight or flight. So just be really aware of the things that might be coming up for you now. For a lot of light workers, they're in a state of peace. They see what's going on. They understand that this is the time of the Great Awakening. It's allowing people to really kind of question all of the things that they thought were true and all the things that they believed in, and really kind of reevaluate what it is they thought they knew, believed, and understood. That's another thing that's been coming up. And that's also something that they wanted me to talk to you about. So one of the things that has been coming up a lot, especially in social media, is the attachment to a belief. And it's usually like a dualistic belief. So you've got your left versus right, your my truth versus your truth, us versus them. Is there a virus? Isn't there a virus? Whatever it is, there's a lot of, back and forth about all of that. And so many are so attached to their beliefs, whatever it is, whether it's a spiritual belief, a political belief, a truth, whatever it is, they're so attached to it that they identify with it. And when you identify with a belief, if someone disagrees with you or has a different opinion, that can threaten your identity, because it sort of is like an invalidation of who you see yourself as. And so when you notice yourself getting triggered because someone else is sharing a different belief than yours, that's when when you've attached yourself to that belief and you identify with it. You haven't attached yourself to a belief when you're open to all other beliefs, where you can say, this is the belief that feels most true and right for me based on what I know and understand now. But I'm open to all possibilities. I'm not going to hold tight to this one and attach to and identify with it. I'm going to look and examine and go outside of my own echo chamber, which a lot of us like to hang out in our echo chambers, where the sources of information affirm the confirmation bias that we already believe. And so we just operate in that very comforting echo chamber. But when you're not attached to those beliefs, you go outside your echo chamber. You don't really have an echo chamber, and you examine all of the beliefs, even the ones that are as far out there as you can believe, right? So look at whether or not you are operating in any sense of attachment to a belief, whether, again, it's a spiritual belief, political belief, whatever it is. and attaching to the point of identifying with it. Are you operating in that sense of dualism of left versus right, you versus me, us versus them, dark versus light, blah, 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 as opposed to, this is what my current understanding, this is what feels true and right for me now, but I'm going to be open to all possibilities and look at other alternative sources of information to see if that still feels true and right for me, but I'm still not going to attach to believing that something that feels true and right for me is the truth. That's when you come from a place of non-dualism and unattachment, that sort of releasing and allowing. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so we've got, oh good, we've got plenty of time. I was hoping, I was afraid I wasn't going to have much time. So I thought I would go ahead and do the healing. What I do is I will visualize kind of, I call it a mini you. And if it's for a multiple group of, if it's for multiple people, it's almost like a conglomerate mini you, meaning I visualize one body, but in front of me, but it represents everyone's bodies. And I see the body typically profile, because chakras have a front and a back, and they look, there's a central line, central channel that connects from source down into earth, that goes all the way down the center of your system, your energetic system. And when you look at a body from the side, if you could see chakras, they would connect from that central line and come out, and they look like funnels, or in Revelations, the trumpets that the angels, the 7 trumpets that the angels blow. And so I visualize a body from the side so I can work on the front and the back of the chakra. And so you'll see my hands moving. They moan really loudly. It's a bag, it's a grab bag. We don't know what they're going to do. I never know what they're going to do. And so I can pick up on things for each, for different people. So I'll be getting things, but I have no idea who it's for. It could be the same thing for 5 of you. I don't know. But we'll go over that at the end. And usually they give a channeled message at the end. So I'll be as surprised as you are in terms of what they're going to say. So we'll just have to see. So I guess we'll just go ahead and begin. So what I'm going to do is I'll start by setting the intention. I will call in everybody. I do work with a couple of specific beings, but I also call in everybody. So I work with a being who, he's a seraphim angel, but he calls himself Ian. They don't have names, but they give themselves names for our sake, because we name everything. And I also work with the goddess Kuan Yin. She's the goddess of compassion and mercy. Ian's energy is like electricity. It's like sticking a finger in a light socket. He's very divine masculine in that way, whereas Kuan Yin is very divine feminine. Her energy feels like water and very soft and flowy. And if you don't feel anything, it doesn't mean nothing's happening. It just means that you're not sensitive to it, and that's okay. If you do feel something, let me know, because I never know I don't know what happens on your end. I just do what I do and hope for the best. So that's how I work. But other times, other beings do come in and work through me, but I always call on only beings of love and light. So just so that's clear. So when I set the intention, at the end, I'm going to say, do you agree to this healing? And you can either type yes or thank you, Patty. Just saw perfectly said, thank you. So I'm going to set the intention, and when I get to the part where I say, do you agree to this healing? You can either type yes, you can just out loud say yes, and they'll hear you. I won't, but they'll hear you. You can think yes, but it helps to audibly agree to the healing, because that allows for a greater healing, because you're allowing for it. And that is one thing I want to make very, very clear. Who just said they love me? Thank you for whoever that was. I didn't see it. Healers do not do the healing per se. All healing, I don't care the modality. It can be a medical doctor, a nutritionist, a homeopath, whatever. Energy healer, doesn't matter. All healing is self-healing. So it's important not to place the responsibility of healing on the healer. all healers do is provide the opportunity for healing. And again, doesn't matter the modality. The true healing comes in when you have the desire for it and the allowance of it. That's the power of the healing. And then it becomes kind of a collaborative thing. At the same time, you can want the healing, but there can be something in you that either you're afraid to let go of because you're afraid of the changes you might have to make if you let go of it. That can block the blessing, that can block the healing. There might be something that is an issue, but the issue is providing an opportunity for learning and spiritual growth on another level for you. And so that experience, were that to be taken away, you wouldn't have that opportunity for spiritual growth. So if something doesn't get healed, it's because there's still something for you to gain from it. Even though you're thinking this is a horrible thing, I don't want it. Everything is a blessing. Doesn't matter what your perspective of it is. Everything is a blessing, and everything is an opportunity for healing and growth. So if it doesn't get healed, it wasn't supposed to. There's still something there for you or those around you to gain from it in terms of spiritual growth and healing. So I just want to make that bit clear. And let's say you go to the doctor and the doctor says, hey, you've got heart disease, you need to change your diet and, take these meds or whatever else. If you don't do those things, that's you allowing the healing to take place because you're not taking your responsibility for it. You're not doing your part. And so let's say you see an energetic healer like myself, we do a session, we've cleared something, and there's been a perspective or a belief, maybe a childhood programming belief, some trauma that happened that has caused you to have a belief about yourself or a belief about life, and you choose not to shift your perspective. And you go back right into the same behavior, the same thought process, the same emotional waves, you're going to end up with that same issue again. And it's not because the healer didn't do their job, it's because you didn't take responsibility for what you needed to change. So just going forward, if you ever see a healer like myself or any other energetic healer, that's how healing works. We're not miracle workers. You are your own healer, okay? So, great. Now that I've covered all of that, let's get on with the healing. So, close your eyes and just relax. And I'm going to call on everybody. I'm going to bring them in. I call on all of our divine aspects. I call on all of our spiritual entourages. And I call on all high vibrational beings of love and light from all realms, dimensions, and star systems. And we ask and intend that we heal and release all things that no longer serve our highest and best good. We ask that this be done in all ways, on all levels, throughout all directions of time and space, and throughout all lifetimes, including the Akashic Records. We ask and intend that these energies be replaced by their positive opposites and those energies that do serve their highest and best good. We ask that this be done in all ways, on all levels, throughout all directions of time and space, and throughout all lifetimes, so let their Akashic Records reflect these changes. Do you accept this healing? All right, we're going to begin. In the name of Jesus Christ, Yeshua, Archangel Michael, and the power and the order of Melchizedek, we command all negative and lower energies and entities on all levels of their existence to go to the white light of source for transmutation. Your purpose has been served. Go with love, go with peace, go with forgiveness, but you must go now. We are all sovereign beings of divine white light, and nothing and no one can harm us or control us save that which we allow. Holy cow. Someone needed a clearing. That opened it up a lot. Okay. Whew. So we're clearing a lot from the past because this side is where I see the back chakras. We're working on the auric field right now. So this would be past traumas, past emotions, things that are just kind of stuck in your energetic field, but they're stuck in the auric level. This could be from past lifetimes, could be from this lifetime. These are usually the less serious things because they're less dense, they're further out in your energetic field. This is the back of the third eye. Oof. So for someone who has the third eye blockage that we're clearing right now, you might feel like your thoughts aren't clear. You're not able to get ideas very easily. You might be too much out in the ethers. You might not be able to get like mental. You might have trouble visualizing things mentally, like when someone says, "Oh, is walking on a path and by a stream," and you just can't visualize it. That's your third eye as well. Someone is stuck in their I'm not gonna put it out there, but someone is stuck in their ability to be able to make a decision. There's something that's come up where they're not able to make a firm decision on something because they're too in their head about it. They're not letting it go. They're not getting it out of their head long enough to make space for the answer to come in. So we recommend that you just let that crap go for a little bit. There you go. Okay, throat. Oh, whew. Excuse me. If you need to yawn, cough, laugh right now, that's a great release. And this would be where you're having trouble, or you have had trouble either defending yourself, speaking your truth, or you didn't say something that you wanted to say, or you felt like you should have said it and you regret it, and you're holding judgment and lack of forgiveness towards yourself. Oh, whew. Heart. Oh, someone is really stiff in the upper back, right between the shoulder blades. Someone's got a lot of stiffness there. And in the upper lungs too, I feel like a tightness, and someone's got some tightness in the upper chest right here. Oh, whew, whew. Everybody just take a deep breath for just a hot second. That'll help it release the energy. The tension that was in the upper back between the shoulder blades is also just like an emotional weight. Like you're carrying a great emotional weight on your shoulders, and it's starting to affect you physically. It's becoming very dense. And so they want you to just let it go, give it to source, and let source handle it. It's not, you don't have to carry all that weight. You do not have to carry that. That's why your spiritual entourage is there, but you don't ask, do you? They want you to ask. Ask for help, ask for guidance, ask for support. There it goes. Solar plexus. Someone doesn't breathe into their diaphragm. I'm picking up on someone who, and again, this can always be multiple someones, but someone who is always under a sense of stress, and so they hold their stress in their stomach and their diaphragm, and so they chest breathe. Felt some movement there. That's good. So try to take a deep breath down into your diaphragm and relax these muscles down here. There we go. Sacral chakra. Ooh. Someone's got low back pain. There's something that someone's going through right now that is causing some emotional, I don't want to say turmoil, but upset. I'll say upset because turmoil feels too strong. It's something that's going on right now. This feels like, to me, there's a combination between anxiety and sadness. So I don't know what this is, but it's like you can feel it. Like even if you were to think of whatever this thing is, you would get like a twinge in your stomach. But it's also causing like physical issues, like digestive issues. So let that go. And the root. So the root chakra points down, and the crown chakra points up. So we're just going to clear the energy throughout. someone's right foot. I feel like there may have been an injury either in the right ankle or right foot that the energy is still stuck there and it's creating a blockage. Okay. Whew. Okay, so we're just smoothing out the aura and we're just about done. Nope, we're not. We would like to say that we love you so much. Please know that you are all well supported and deeply loved by us. Please call on us. We cannot intervene unless you ask. Well, that's not what I was expecting them to say, but okay. Whew. Wow, I'm high as a kite. Sorry, that's what happens.
I am too. I had to go get chocolate while you were doing that because my head was like, my head was pounding. And when you first came on, after I introduced you, I started getting like this big, huge hot flash. My whole face was like burning.
Got one right now. That's usually Archangel Michael.
And I had to sit here. I got here with my Lemurian crystal. I started doing like my dragon power. It was white lighting myself, everything. I was like, I can't go on with this outfit.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. Oh.
So that was amazing. There was a really quick half hour.
I know. Where the heck does the time go? Hi, Nancy. By the way, I see you. Hi.
Yeah, everybody's here. Everybody's happy. So without further ado, I'm going to say thank you for coming on here. Thank you for helping us organize this whole thing. We couldn't have done it without you. And I'm going to take you down. I'm going to take you off the screen. And so if you'd like to say goodbye, and I've been putting your link up, www.angelenergyhealing.net.
Yeah.
And so is that the only way that they can find you, or is there a place?
They can also find me on Facebook. They can look up Jennifer Passavant, Intuitive Spiritual Life Coach, and that should come up. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram under @AngelEnergy44.
Okay. Thank you very much. So we'll say goodbye.
Bye, guys. Thanks so much.
Wow, that was like, holy cow, with the hot flashes and everything. That was amazing.
Hi, this is Zane Daniel. I want to give a special thanks to Jennifer Passavant because she was the first person that I reached out to and said, hey, let's put together an online expo. She jumped at the chance, and so if it weren't for that interaction and for her assistance, it might not have happened. But now I can be excited about the next one. At the time of this recording, it's going to be September 12th and 13th, 2020. So if you'd like to learn more about that, then jump on our website and sign up for the mailing list. That's higherselfexpo.com. And if you'd like to see more of our speakers from the May 16th Expo, then just watch more of the videos on this channel. Please subscribe so that we can continue to reach out to more and more people and offer them insight, healing, and unconditional love. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.